how did 12 chicken breast help us create over $100,000? So funny story is, so I was on Facebook and I saw where a great friend of mine who I'd met when I was coaching college football was coming to Birmingham because he was going to coach on one of the USFL teams. Now, for those of you who don't know, the USFL is a new pro football league that Fox owns, that they're playing all their games in Birmingham, all at Protective Stadium, all 8 teams, all 8 coaches. It's a brilliant idea. And Fox runs it, and so it's all on TV. It's a wonderful concept. So anyway, I was texting with him, and I was just asking questions. What can I do for you? Is there anything I can help with? I know you guys are in a hotel. So I said, hey, let me bring you guys lunch. So I took 12 chicken breast, fed his staff, a handful of cookies, sat down with it, knew 2 guys on the staff, so we started telling old stories about coaching here and coaching against each other and all that stuff. So it was kind of fun. So I was probably there 30 minutes. Sat down with them, looked at the coaches, looked at them. I said, hey, look, let me know what I can do for you food-wise. I know you're in a hotel. And I said, hey, can I feed you guys lunch the rest of the week? He said, no, they're going to cater it because they had started training camp for all the players, all the coaches. I said, great. So I tried to find out who the caterer was, couldn't find out who it was. And then I got a call 2 days later, and they were like, hey, they're not happy with the catering company. I gave them your number. So it's like, great. So I think what had happened was they weren't used to feeding professional athletes. And obviously we were, because we feed professional athletes all the time. And so I took them a sample down there. I was like, hey, this is what we can do. And they loved it. I did 2 days for them. They loved it. And they said, hey, can you do the rest of the week? Sure. I got 2 days into that week, and they said, hey, can you do next week? So here we are. We get to feed them all the way through training camp. And we, took in over $100,000. Now, that's wonderful. Worked our staff to death. It was extremely tough, but it's a great windfall for our company. How did that happen? Persistence and relationship. Persistence of me taking the time, going down there, thinking that it probably wasn't going to amount to anything. I was just going to go love on those guys because I knew the situation they was in. I knew that training camp was hard. I knew that coaching and being away from your family is hard. So I wanted to just love on them because it's kind of a thankless job in that time period. The second thing is relationship. Me having that relationship from 15, 20 years ago allowed me to get in there and love on them. And I guess it goes to show that in business and life, anything, if we don't cultivate the relationships that we have, it's hard to progress, whether it be about money, whether it be about just relationship or just being there when someone needs you. And so I guess the best advice is cultivate those relationships in your life, and you never know what you can expect.